everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Julie. We're here to do the pick a card, the monthly pick a card. So this is your message for November, what you need to focus on this month. So you can choose either by crystal. So we've got this beautiful Brandenburg crystal. And then for group 2, we've got this lovely Amazonite, which always reminds me of an iceberg. And then for group 3, we've got Spirit Quartz, which is I absolutely adore as well. So you can choose either by crystal or by the card that you see, whichever speaks to you. So group 1, 2 or 3. And click on the timestamp in the description box to watch your reading. And if there's any questions that you have, do let me know and I'll be happy to answer them. Alright, see you at your reading. Bye. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading for November and what you need to focus on this month. So I'm using the Goddess Love Oracle, which I forgot to mention at the front, but doesn't matter. So let's see what the card is saying for you. So you've got Sanctuary, connect to your inner strength. Oh, that's really nice. So for me, when I see this card, and also when I do these readings, I think it's important for you to also see what messages you get, because we all channel and we all receive messages, and it's important to tune into the message that is right for you. And for me, it's like it's about remembering your own, that you are your own sanctuary. I was trying to get the words out. That you are your own sanctuary, that you can sink into yourself and be, and to come into yourself, really. It feels very loving. It's almost like allowing yourself to be nurtured by yourself, as if you are your mother, or your father figure. Not all of us were able to have caregivers who knew what we needed and wanted, but now as adults we're able to do that for ourselves, which is truly a gift. I remember when I was younger, it was so difficult, because I just felt like, I think I am an old soul, because it felt so strange being in a younger body. It's just, I guess, just remembering that you can be all those things to yourself. And as children, we didn't know that, we didn't have that awareness, and we didn't have those things available to us. So just remember your own comfort, your ability to provide that for yourself, and also, as a card says as well, your own inner strength, because whether you believe it or not, you are a powerful being. And it's not something that the structure that we live in wants us to remember, really, just from an objective point of view, or as objective as I can be, because it means that you start to think for yourself, you become independent, you do what you want to do, you don't follow the rules anymore. Whereas the system that we work with at the moment, I feel, is fear-based. So it's based on, if you don't do this, these are the consequences, and you lose your money, you won't have a house, you won't, all this type of stuff. Whereas if we were all to connect to our inner strength and realize how powerful we all are, then I think the world would be a completely different place. And it all starts with you, it all starts with each one of us, to remember this and to start to really embody this powerful space, and to treat each other as equals as well, because from my own experience, in the past I would get into martyr syndrome and be like, well, I'm doing all of this and I'm da 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 da, and actually when you do that, you then create the energy of the victim. And then you always have that energy in your life, either being a martyr or being a victim. Whereas if you treat everyone equally, that everyone is as powerful as you, you don't need to look after them, you just need to focus on yourself, then it gives you permission to focus on your life, and to really look after yourself. This is what I feel, it's like a real look after yourself this month, give yourself the attention that you need. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. So what's the message for group 1? What additional messages are there for group 1 for this month? Maybe, yeah, just one more card. Okay, so you've got I mean, I love all the tarot cards because they, they're just messages, and there's nothing bad or good or whatever. And so also you've got the Three of Cups, which is about celebration. And for me, this is like celebrate you. Really, go out obviously and spend time with loved ones and friends and celebrate all of that. That's really important as well, but also to remember to celebrate yourself and the gift that you are, and to really give that love and nurture to yourself. Again, it connects with this sanctuary, to really give yourself all of that, that all that stuff that you're seeking perhaps from the outside. Start to give it to yourself, and if it feels uncomfortable for you, just tune into what it is that feels uncomfortable and just allow it to be there whilst still going ahead with the actions of it. And then you've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is about abundance, like in the physical realm. And I see the snail, and it's almost saying, just take it step by step. If you're struggling to create what it is that you want in the world, or you're worried about finances in the future and things like that, it's just confirming to you that just take it step by step, that you are abundant. Keep affirming your abundance and how much you do have, because when you focus on what you don't have, then you just recreate that lack again in your life, and it's not true. We are all just coming from different perspectives based on our previous experiences. And when we start to realize that actually the past doesn't need to determine this present moment for us, then we can change everything. We remember our power. And so affirm all that you do have and all your abundance that you have at this present moment, and that will just create more for you. Then you've got the Knight of Cups, and it's great because you've got the Queen of Cups after that. And so this could be an emotional month for you. It's almost like, I feel like there's a gift coming your way of emotions, something that's going to make you happy, and there's forward movement. So there's forward movement for you excuse me, in your life. And there will be, like, I see the river flowing, and you just have to go with the flow and cross the rivers, like pass through those moments when things feel a bit challenging, or it's just part of the cycle, part of what we're all experiencing at the moment. And it's a huge growth when we can learn to just really see what's happening in our lives, be present for it, hold that space for ourselves without going crazy about it, without what's the right word for it, like just sort of being overwhelmed by it. Or it's okay to feel overwhelmed, but when you allow those emotions to pass, you'll find that they're just emotions, they're not you. And then you've got the Queen of Cups, and so she's someone who's really learned to master her emotions. Like the King of Cups, I feel like they're one and the same. And so it's just from I really feel her as a feminine energy, someone who's really connected with her emotions, and feels her way through things. And so when you feel, and she's very intuitive as well, so when you feel like you're a bit lost, or really just tune into your intuition, what is it that it's trying to tell you at this present moment. And so you have just overall, you have a lot that is about really nurturing yourself, and you've got a lot of cups in your tarot cards, which is all about the emotions as well. So really give yourself that space to feel and be, like to celebrate yourself, to honor yourself, to remember how much you do have, and and to allow yourself to experience the emotions as well. And so I just want to pull out a Louise Hay card actually. Just want to see what cards. I'm just pulling one out randomly. So interesting. I've had the perfect living space, so this might be a message that's quite specific for someone, or maybe this is what you experience at the moment. I see myself living in a wonderful place. It fulfills all my needs and desires. It's in a beautiful location and at a price I can afford. Oh, wow. So yeah, if that resonates with you, I'd love to hear it. I know it's quite specific, so it might not be for everybody, but that's the card that wanted to come out. So thanks for watching, Group 1. It's been great reading for you, and I shall see you at another reading. Have a great month. Bye. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. So let's see what your message is for the month of November. What is your focus for this month? So you've got sleep, slow down. So perhaps you've been on the go. Perhaps you've been, worrying, busy. But yeah, that's a pretty clear message, isn't it? And also, excuse me, I see the 33 adding to a 6, which for me the number 6 represents love. So I feel like it's about giving yourself what you need, like slowing down and giving yourself rest. Taking that time to rest when you need it. Excuse me. Especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, when you're wanting to feel cozy right now. It's cold and cool and everything. Really give yourself permission to rest and give yourself what you need right now. It's just, especially because the energies at the moment are so strong, and we have, in terms of astrology, quite a big 6 months ahead, really. And so up until April next year, there's a lot happening. We've just had 4 planets stationed direct, meaning that they were previously retrograde, giving you that space to go internally and reflect, etc. But now they're starting to move forward again, and so I feel like we're going to really see a lot of activity over the next few months. And then we have certain positionings, like I think Saturn square Uranus in December, just before Christmas, and these, it's like the old versus the new, and so we're really being asked to let go of that old and enter into a new space. And so if you've not been looking after yourself, or you've been burning a candle at both ends, then it's really important to give yourself that rest, because if you're not looking after yourself, then you're not really functioning. And if you can't be there for yourself, then the chances of you being able to be there for anyone else is pretty slim. It's not meant to sound harsh, it's just more, that's the reality. Like, you can only give to others what you give to yourself. And so as you learn to be more loving to yourself, and your capacity to give and to really be there for someone expands. And so give to yourself first, slow down and give yourself the rest that you need. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say for you, Group 2. What's the message for Group 2? Oh, gosh. Okay, there we are. Okay, so quite fiery energy. So let's just see there. So I feel... actually it doesn't really matter. They might need to be read together anyway. So you've got, I'll just show what's at the bottom of the deck. You've got the Tower card. So this could be a month where you feel like your foundations are being rocked, that things are a bit unstable, that something happens which is catches you unaware or unawares. And it's not to go into fear about it and start to worry about what could happen if nothing's happened, or it's just more even on a very reflective basis, you can start to question, am I really living the life that I want? are things really working out the way that I want them to be? Am I in a place of joy? And because joy, love, peace, it's our birthright. And we're here to experience everything, like all the different emotions. But, the love, the joy, and the peace is part of that as well. And it's accessible to us all the time. And if you're feeling like that's not what you're experiencing, the majority of the time, then it's good to start to look at why. What is it that is causing you to feel that way? And if you have had a tower moment, which is something that has rocked your foundations, then be kind to yourself. Know that don't blame yourself for what's happened and go into that fear, but rather just things don't happen for just any odd reason. That's from my own personal experience. They always happen because either something's not working, and as much as we want it with our hearts, it's usually because we're attached to something, attached to a particular outcome, attached to something or other. And so it can feel really hard when things don't work out the way that we want them to. So be kind and compassionate to yourself, but know that things have worked out this way for a reason, and that you're safe, that you're always supported by the universe. And so it's interesting because you've got the Eight of Swords, and so the Eight of Swords is feeling stuck, not being able to move, but really it's the swords represent our thoughts, so it's your thoughts that are keeping you in that place. And this lady, her blindfold is very loose around her, and so are the other rags. And so it's really, you have the power to really let go of all those worries and thoughts that keep you stuck, those old beliefs that no longer serve you. And it's such a strong call at the moment to really let those go. And it will come in layers. We're like onions that keep continually get unpeeled, and so once we remove one layer, another comes up. But that's just part of the process. And once you start to see over time how amazing that impact is on your life, then it makes it all worth it. So just remember that your thoughts and beliefs impact how you perceive life, and so it's time to let go of those that no longer serve you. And then you get the Three of Wands, because it's almost saying once you let go of that, you can start to welcome in the things that are meant for you, like all the things that you really want start to come to you. But then you've also got the King of Swords, who it's almost like, it's all interesting, it's all interrelated. It's saying, be really clear about what it is that you want, and speak your truth, come from an authentic space. Because when we can speak our truth from our heart space and with love, we don't, it's normal to feel angry and frustrated and all that type of stuff. But eventually, it's really just us with us, or us against us, or however you want to put it. Because, you might have something that happens with somebody, but ultimately you're the one left with yourself. And so it's how do you approach it in a way that is loving to yourself. And so be really clear and be really honest with yourself, and authentic as well. I mean, honesty and authentic, they go together. And so it's kind of, it feels like there's, you apply it to your own situation, there's multiple possibilities, but it's it's about allowing the old to go now, because something hasn't been working for you. And if you've had that moment already where things have shaken up your present moment, then it's because it's needed to be that way. So it's almost like it's time to let go of those blindfolds that you've put up, that kept you stuck in a past that actually way of working or seeing things that doesn't work for you anymore. And it's time to see things from a different angle, and to come from a place of truth, honesty, and authenticity, and really to be clear about that. Like, he's so, he doesn't apologize for what he believes in or anything. He just is displaying his truth there. So I think that's really beautiful. So in addition to slowing down and resting, you know, this other message is there for you as well, about really letting go of those old beliefs and perspectives so that you can be clear about what you want. So I'm just going to pull out a Louise Hay card for you as well. Oh, there you go. I am safe. It's only change. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. My life gets better all the time. Oh, that's lovely, and it fits perfectly in with the message here as well. So just remember, you are safe and everything is unfolding perfectly, and it's time to let go of the old so that you can step into the new. Oh, well, so I hope that resonates with you, group 2. I'm going to keep holding the card because otherwise the light is too bright. It's been lovely reading for you, and I look forward to seeing you at another reading. Have a great month. Bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what the month of November holds for you and what your focus should be for the month ahead. So you've got peace, open your heart. Oh. So, you've got the dove flying as well. Wow. Yeah, so this is really about finding peace in yourself. And interesting how you've got the, what do you call it? I can't remember anymore. My mind has been like a sieve recently. But just like Christmas is approaching and everything like that. So there's a real winter theme at the moment. But yeah, this is about just finding peace and in yourself, like just really maybe identifying what is it that is stopping you from feeling peaceful. And a lot of the time we think it's situations outside of ourselves. We think, oh, it's because this person's doing that and this is happening and da 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 da. But actually a lot of the time it's because of our own perspective or our own worries and thoughts, which come from, you know, a place of not trusting in ourselves and trusting in life, and that we're safe and that things are going to just unfold for us as they're meant to. It's almost that need to control what can't be controlled. And so, you know, give yourself that space to, you know, really feel into, you know, write it down perhaps. What are all the things that I feel are keeping or think are keeping me from feeling peaceful? And once you see them, just see, you know, write them out without really spending too much time, you know, processing it. Just let it be a bit automatic. And then just see, like, are these things really stopping me, or how am I stopping myself from feeling peaceful? How am I allowing this situation to affect me in such a way that you know, I can't rest, or I don't feel good, you know, constantly in anxiety or worry, because, you know, as I must have said it in the other videos, love and peace and joy are our birthright, and all of us have the ability to be in that space, and it's just about aligning with it, choosing to be there rather than allowing ourselves to be in fear. And it really is a choice. I know sometimes it can feel hard, like, how, you know, I'm going through all of this stuff, how can it be possible that, you know, I choose not to worry about it? But actually, once you allow those worries and fears to go, you realize that actually they don't help you anyway, they don't serve you. It's just when you're, you know, you come from a loving space to yourself, that's when things start to shift and really move in a positive way. And the other part is about opening your heart, or open your heart, and the 2 and the 1 gives a 3, and for me that's about communication or expressing yourself. So perhaps, you know, you haven't been able to express yourself from your heart, and it's about learning to do that, to really speak authentically and honestly, even though it might feel vulnerable, awkward, uncomfortable. It's really important that we start to do that, because when we, you know, the more that we can come into that energy of love, then the more that we attract that into our lives, or we, you know, we stay in that energy. Otherwise, you know, it's a choice to be in that fear, but then you just attract more of that fear. So, you know, I think that's a beautiful message, a beautiful reminder that you have everything that you need within you, that peace is there for you, and just, identify what it is that is stopping you from feeling peaceful, and open your heart to yourself and to others. So what's the message for group 3? It feels like a very gentle energy for you. Message for group 3. Okay. Righty-o. So these are lovely cards. And then you've got at the bottom of the deck the Devil card. And so I think this is really interesting because the Devil is about our attachments to old beliefs, it could be to food, it could be to thought patterns, it could be to anything, but it's just because it's something that we've grown up feeling comfortable knowing. For example, if when you were younger, you're given food whenever you're upset, then you'll have this idea that food is comforting, and that in order to feel comfortable you need to have more food, or we have all these different associations, and it's when they become addictions, that we can't live without it, then that's when it becomes harmful to us. And so just be aware of what are the things that you feel that you can't live without, and just start to ask yourself, is it true? Like, do I really need all of those things? Because it is really just, it's an illusion. It's not true. You don't need all of those things to be happy, to be peaceful. They're just things that you've become attached to. And a lot of the time we think, oh, we need a certain house, or we need a certain bed, or we need a certain something or other in order to feel good. And the reality is that we can do with a lot less, and sometimes we're pushed into positions where we have to do with a lot less to realize that. But this is more, I feel, just saying, be aware of this in the month of November, what your addictions are, so that you don't become, so it doesn't control you. And then you've got the 6 of Swords, and this is about moving into calmer waters. So if life has been a bit challenging, maybe that's why it's about finding peace and opening your heart. If life has felt challenging for you, then things are moving into calmer waters. And you've got the Swords. It's like those thoughts that, release those thoughts that keep you from feeling peaceful. You don't need them anymore. I feel like I just want to swipe those thoughts away. Those old beliefs that keep you stuck. It's time to let them go. Then you've got the Star card, which is really lovely. Like, the Star card is about a wish coming true, and it's like having one foot planted on the earth and the other connected with the stars, with the universe. And so it's almost about bringing the idea of heaven onto earth. You can have all of that whilst experiencing being a human being, because we're all spiritual beings having this experience. And so what is your wish that you would like to come true? What is it that you truly desire? And it's important to tune into your heart space, and it's great to do when you're in that peaceful space and with your heart really open, because your heart knows already what it is that you want. Even in your mind will tell you it's all these physical things, and whatever it might be, but actually your heart knows the truth about what it is that you want. So allow your heart to speak to you. And then you've got the 2 of Pentacles, and so this is like when it could be a busy month where you've got a lot of things to juggle, and there's I see the ships in the background where there's a lot of waves, and they're going up and down, so it could feel quite emotional for you. If you're trying to juggle things, you might be a bit stressed, and then there's other things going on, and so I'm feeling that overwhelmed. That's possible, but what this is saying is really keep your feet firmly on the ground, like keep yourself grounded, because it's when we go into that space of, oh my gosh, you know, what am I going to do, and we're in our heads, that's when we can't really come to a solution. But instead, when you feel that energy, when you start to feel unbalanced and or that imbalance within you, go out into nature, you know, get your feet in some water if you can, because that's lovely as well. But you know, plant your feet on the ground and really feel the earth beneath you, and know that you are supported and that everything is happening to support you on your journey. So that's really a beautiful message for you, group 3. So I want to just pull out some Louise Hay card, one Louise Hay card for you, just to see what the affirmation is for you. And so you've got, I release all criticism, which is amazing. I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. And I think that's a really beautiful message. You know, what you give out is what you get back. So, you know, the main thing is, how do you treat yourself? And keep, you know, working on being kind to yourself and loving to yourself. Because when you do that, then it's automatic that you will share that with others. So that's your reading, group 3. It's been really lovely reading for you. I hope it resonates with you, and I'm wishing you a wonderful month ahead. Take care, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye.